guys, last page of the chapter 10 notes. You're almost done. So inference for experiments. In experiments, we aren't sampling at random from any larger population, just like when we took those 21 healthy black men, right, in the last problem. We can think about what would happen if the random assignment were repeated many times, because remember that we have those different conditions for good experiments, under the assumption that the null is true, or that the treatment does not affect the individual's response. Okay? So using two sample t procedures wisely. In chapter 9, we use paired t procedures to compare the mean change in depression scores for a group of caffeine-dependent individuals when taking caffeine in a placebo. In this chapter, we used two sample t procedures to compare the mean change, okay, in the blood pressure for a group of healthy black men when taking calcium in a placebo. This chapter involved two distinct groups of the subjects. The proper method of analysis depends on the design of the study. So if it's a matched pairs, we just use a regular t-test. Okay? If you have two distinct groups or two treatments, we're going to use a two-sample t-test. So let's look at this here. So comparing tires and comparing workers. In each of the following settings, decide whether you should use paired t procedures or a two-sample t procedure to perform inference. Which inference, when you hear this word, that just means a significance test. To test the wear characteristics of two tire brands, A and B, one brand A tire is mounted on one side of each car in the rear, while a brand B tire is mounted on the other side. Which side gets which brand is determined by flipping a coin. So it's a same car, so you'd use a paired t-test. Can listen to music while working increase productivity? 20 factory workers agreed to take part in a study to investigate this question. The researchers randomly assigned 10 workers to do a repetitive task while listening to music and the other 10 workers to do the task in silence. So we just gave them two groups with two treatments. So this would be a two-sample t-test. The pooled two-sample t procedures, don't use them. Most software offers a choice of two-sample t statistics. One is often labeled unequal variances, the other equal variances. The unequal variances procedure uses our two-sample t statistic. This test is valid whether or not the population variances are equal. So don't pool when you're comparing two means. We only do that for our proportions. So if it gives you that option, always say no. Okay? If you want more information, you can read on page 651 of the book. Alright guys, that is going to wrap up all of